Hello everyone. This is the transaction manager page of the process for which the Redwood UI is enabled. So basically, Redwood UI supports the existing functionalities along with the additional usabilities such as the improved navigation and user interface for easier access to code details, global links, user navigation menus, and user notifications for pending tasks. It also provides the easier access to frequently used actions to streamline the coding process. And Redwood UI also provides the easy administrative access to the design to modify the code layout from the code itself. So let's go into the details of each of this topic. The first one is the Redwood Code List UI. So this page, as soon as we click on the transaction manager of any process, this Redwood Code List UI page is being displayed. The first thing in this is the navigation menu. This has been updated with the modern Redwood design, so user can find this updated navigation menu at the top and can go to the different pages like the home page, admin page, and different pages through these different icons. So here at the top we can see this notification icon is also there. From here the current user can go to the list of the codes for which the approval is pending for that particular user. So this is the new feature added for the easier access of the code details pending for the approval. We will go into the details of this during the approval section. The second one is here at the top we can see the my codes. So the list of the codes which are displayed under the my codes. So basically this is the default saved search for that particular either user or site. So the same can be managed through the managed saved search, and it can be accessed through this actions. So here we can see the managed saved search. So as soon as we click here, we can see the two options. So basically the system takes the user default saved search, and if none is selected in this saved search, then the system will take the site default saved search. So right now in both of them, my codes list is selected. So the same is displayed as soon as we click on the transaction manager of that process. Also, here we can see there are other saved searches. So we can select them as well in the default search. It's based on the user requirement. Also, if we create any new saved searches, the same will be displayed over here, and we can set the visibility of the same from this manage saved searches. Along with manage saved search, we can manage the columns to be displayed over here and export the searches from here as well. And we can create and save the new saved searches from here. So the next thing is the searching and filtering of the list. So in Redwood UI, the advanced robust filtering is being provided. So we can either directly search by the attribute or attribute or the column names which are being displayed over here, or through any keyword. So first I'll just search it by the created date filter. For example, if I add a created date, and if we select a greater than 1st of June, and I'll apply this, so we can see the list of the codes which have been created after that particular date, and we can see the count of the result after that search. So similarly, if I want to save this search or some searches are frequently used, we can save that particular search from here, and we can name it as per our choice. For example, just June, and save it, and the same will be displayed under this manage saved search. So I'll just remove this. The second one is, for example, if we search any keyword, for example, I'll just search this keyword. So all the list with the transaction name as this, will be displayed with that particular count. So in this way, we can directly search it from the search bar and filter out the list of the codes. Similarly, we can sort the list based on the user requirement, however the user wants. For example, again, I'll sort it by the created date. So now it is in the ascending order, and similarly, I can move it back to the descending order. So here we can see the sorting option is available almost on all the columns, and similarly, we can sort it according to our requirement. Then the next thing is, against each transaction, there are these options like the Jet UI to open and copy. Along with this, there are these additional options like forward, print, and email. So we can perform that for that particular transaction from these actions. Also, here we can see there is this disabled actions drop-down menu, which is not enabled right now. But if we want to apply any feature for more than one transaction in one go, then as soon as I've selected more than one transaction, this is enabled, and from here we can unlock, forward, or archive the selected list of codes. The next thing is the grouping of the codes. So here we have this group by option. Right now I've selected none, so the list is being displayed normally. So if I'll select status, group by status. So we will get different lists based on the particular status. For example, first one is the created. So the count of that is 1053. The next one is draft, and there is, which has 46 codes. And the last one is order, which has 1 code. So the one with the maximum number of codes against that group will be displayed at the top, followed by the other lists. So for now, I'll just remove this grouping. And the last thing is on this Redwood code list UI is, of course, the code create transaction. So from here, we can create a new transaction. So I'll just create a new transaction. So this is the page loaded when we click on the create transaction. So Redwood Code Designer is integrated to the code layout, which enables the administrative user to move from design to live mode or from live to design mode seamlessly, and modify the code layout as per the choice, and see and view the real-time changes from the code itself, rather than going to the code layout and modifying the changes and deploying the process. So administrator user can directly jump between live and design mode and can do the real-time changes from the code itself. So here at the top, we can see these two actions, design and live mode. Currently, the live mode is visible. So let's go to the design mode, and we can see how we can modify the fields. So as soon as we move to the design mode, we can see the attribute names and variables. The tab names are displayed over here. So the first section is the header. So as soon as I clicked on the header, we can see this customize header with setting icon, and we can modify that header from here. Either we want to change the name or add any new attributes, or we have to, the user wants to modify the action sets from here, then user can do the same through this customize header. The second one is customize views. From here, user can modify the tabs, the different tabs which are visible on the code. So the user can modify the different tabs, add the new tabs, or change their sequence as per the requirement. The next one is if we click on any particular tab over here, so we can see the details of that particular tab. So in this tab, again, there are different sections. So I'll click on this and we can see there are 3 sections over here. So user can click on that section to view the details of that particular section. And in that particular view of that tab, here we can see there is this option to add a new section as well. Since there are already 3, we will just go to one of them. And we can see the different details. And if we click on any one of or any of the attributes, we can see that particular attribute details and we can modify the attribute as well. And we can add different attributes and any modifications we can do from here. For example, if I'll just modify one small change on this attribute, I'll just hide label for this cover page option attribute. And I will just move to live. And if we go to the documents tab and proposal section, so here we can see the label for the field is being hidden. So easily we can just make the changes and we can view it on the code. So I'll just revert that change quickly. And we can see the label is visible again. So in this way, we can move to the design and live mode and make the changes. So the next thing will be Redwood Assist Bar. So this is the Redwood Assist Bar. In Redwood, Assist Bar serves as a dynamic control center, enabling the user to access the information and to view the attribute list and to modify the attributes and also invoke actions from this single search bar. So from this one search bar, from this assist bar, user can directly view the attributes and modify it if required, and also the actions can also be invoked from here. So let's just search any of the attribute. For example, contract end date. And I don't have to put the whole name of the field. For example, I'll just put the contract. It will just show me the contract end date. Or we can put the whole name as well. So for now, I'll just click this. So we can see its current value over here. The current value selected for that field. And if that field is editable, if it has a editable access, then user can edit it as well from here. So for example, currently it's 11th June. So I'll just select the 13th June and we can see it is modified here and here as well at the same time without clicking any additional save or anything like that. If user wants to go to that particular field from this search bar itself, then user have this option of clicking on code details. So right now, since the field is visible to us here only, but still we can check it. If I click on the code details, the system will highlight that field so that user can directly go and whatever do the modification, further modification on that field. So in this way, we can search, modify and highlight that field to move quickly to that particular field. Along with this, we can also invoke the actions. For example, there is this email action. If I click this send email drawer is popped up. So I will just search that email proposal and click that action. So we can see the same is being invoked directly from the search bar and the page is being opened to send email. So we don't have to search for where the actions or where those actions are located on the code, user can directly search that action from here and invoke it. So this is how the Redwood Assist bar is being used. The next one is addition of the products. So I'll just click on add products, and here we can see we can search the products directly by the name, part number, or the type of the product. Here we can also add the part custom fields, but those settings are needs to be enabled from the parts section from for that particular part custom fields. For now, I'll just select as the part number search, and I'll just select few products. From the bottom, I'll add those products, and it is being added in the line item grid. So this is the line item grid in the Redwood UI. The look and feel and the of the line item grid is almost same as that of the Jet UI, but there is this additional searching feature added in the Redwood UI. So here we can directly search the product, and we can list out the products which we want to see. For example, if I click this and copy the part number and search it over here, then we can see that particular item to be displayed over here. So in this way, we can search the products easily in Redwood UI on the line item grid. The line item data is loaded dynamically, hence it is useful for maintaining the performance even when large data set is being added in the code. So that is the one benefit. The next one is this charge icon against the product. So user can click on this charge icon and see the associated charges to that product. So yeah, user can see and view the charges associated with that particular item. So the next thing is port approval. So in Redwood UI, sales user, as I mentioned initially, can directly go to this notification icon and see the list of the ports for which the approval is pending for that particular user. So first I'll trigger the approval for this port quickly. I'll just make some selections through which the approval will be triggered. So I'll just save it and then click the submit. So it's waiting approval. So since it is currently pending from the current user only, I have added it the current user in the approvers list. I will open this port from the port list. So I will go to the my ports. And if user selects this notification icon, so here we can see the current port, latest port, which we have just submitted. It is being in the list of this pending approvals. Also, we have this saved search, which is my approval search. So the same will be triggered from this notification as well. But in case if we directly go to the transaction manager of any of our process, so from here also we can go to this my approval saved search. So in this way, user can easily access the list of the codes and enter that codes and access those codes from this two lists, either from notification or from the approval search, saved search. So I'll just open the code and a status drawer will be open automatically as soon as we will open the code which is pending for the approval. So see, we can see this status drawer which is automatically popped up, which is showing the user the immediate actions to be done, and then user can directly approve or reject the code from here itself. Also, the approval items like the status and approval history, it shows the details like the reasons and how many times the code has been revised, and also the history of the approvals. So from here, user can approve or reject the code. So I'll just quickly approve the code. And the status is also updated over here, and also the approval history. So in this way, this look and feel of the whole approval is easier for user to quickly access the pending approval codes, and also to quickly approve or reject the codes as soon as the pending approval codes are being opened from the transaction manager. So this is about the approval. The next one is the generative AI code summary. So generative AI code summary, we can enable it from the actions, and it is incorporated in this assist bar, Redwood assist bar. So from here, we can just simply search the code summary, and we have to do this mapping at this particular generative AI type of actions. So currently this is just a demo environment, so it will not trigger the code summary generated through this Gen AI summaries, but I'll just click on this, and I'll just show how it will be visible as soon as we click on this. So basically, it is the automated summary generated by the system, which will give the user briefs of that code, and user can use that while making the deals, or it can give them the details of that summary directly from this search bar, rather than going and creating a separate summary. So in this way, it will be like an efficient way of accessing the code summary for that particular code. Okay, so as soon as we click on that code summary, the code summary will be generated. Code summary will be displayed over here at the top. So since it is not mapped in this, we can see it like this in the screenshot. In the same way, this is the summary generated through the Gen AI code summary. In the same way, it will be displayed a brief of the code mentioning the prices and contract values here under this product and pricing section. And from here, the user can copy the same and also click on cross if it is not required anymore to be visible on the code. So in this way, we can access the Gen AI code summaries as well, and we can perform the approvals and access the codes, code list, and search and filter out the list, and search the attributes, and also invoke the actions very easily. And also we can move between the design and live mode from the code itself without navigating away from the code. So these are the different new features enabled through Redwood UI for the better user interface, improved navigation.